Okay, so I don't know how well this is gonna work, friends, but hey friends, how you doing? This is the Florida Explorer with you today. Today we are at the Spring Hill Cemetery, located off of Fort Dade. Let's go ahead and check this place out. And yes, what you're hearing is my cue card so that I can remember everything, because there is a lot of history about this place. Definitely a lot of history here. So the Spring Hill Cemetery was founded here in 1850. So, and some of the earliest burials date back to the early 1800s. And this is actually one of Hernando County's historically oldest cemeteries. It's unfortunate that some of these are unmarked and you can't see them. I don't really want to pull the whole plant up, Now, like most other cemeteries here in the Hernando County area, this cemetery has also been known by several names. But now, when it was originally opened, this was the Brooksville Civil War Cemetery. Although there are very few Confederate veterans that are known to be buried here. And these are still some of the newer ones. So now, instead of being the Civil War cemetery, this is definitely known as a historical African American burial site. World War II. Willie Jackson, we appreciate your service, sir. Thank you. (1915 to 1997). Brown. 2014. So that's one of the more recent ones. (1945 to 1993). Troy, I don't want to mispronounce your last name, sir, but we appreciate your service. Thank you. James Williams, 1910 to 1997. God is love. Praise Jesus. Now, this location, at one point in history and time, was known as a meeting spot or location for the Ku Klux Klan. Now, off to the right side of the entrance of the cemetery here, there is a very large oak tree, and that is known as the lynching tree. There are 2 documented lynchings that did happen here at this location. The exact burial spot of these 2 people is unknown, but what we do know is that the back left corner, which would be the northeast corner of the cemetery, has a lot of unmarked burial sites. At rest. Peaceful rest. At rest. Thank you all. We appreciate your service. Praise Jesus. (1927 to 1990). I thought that was a staghorn. Jesse Washington. Now, unbeknownst to a lot of people, this cemetery actually originated directly across the street from where you come into this side of the cemetery. And when that cemetery on the other side was originally opened, that one was known as the Ayers Cemetery. Now, there's very few headstones that still remain at Ayers Cemetery directly across the street from here. I don't know if when that one closed, if they relocated people over here or what. But now, just like this cemetery here, there are many, many unmarked burial sites at the location at the Ayers Cemetery across from here. And when I got here today, I was able to speak with a gentleman that was here working, and he was telling me that the majority of people that are here were pretty much all family and knew one another in one way, shape, or form. Assuming that this must be for a child. Nira Roberts, passed in 2010. Not too sure about the toys, friends. Strother, 2007. Now located at the Ayers Cemetery directly across the street from here, there was a church located on that property, on the original cemetery property. Oh goodness, let's see. And there was a Reverend Simmons, and he was a Baptist minister who worked with the church there. It was at the cemetery, and he's buried there across the street at the original Ayers Cemetery. And unfortunately, that area is not accessible to the public. So I'm going to try to get a hold of the people that own the property, possibly see if we can get in there for a video. But we're not going to go trespassing, friends. At rest. Thank you for your service, sir. And you as well. Earl Washington. Blaster. Taylor. paint truck. So now, this is the northeast corner of the cemetery right here, and I'm not going any further because this is where all of the unmarked burial sites are located, as far as the best historical records can tell us. There was a courthouse fire in, I think it was 1872, which destroyed a lot of the records that were kept here, or that were kept for this cemetery, as far as death records and stuff like that. So the actual physical paperwork and historical information on this cemetery was really just not available. Let's go in here towards the middle, because I was asking the gentleman that was here working, you know, where's the oldest ones, and he said everything's all mixed. So we're gonna go ahead and keep going. In loving memory. Wow, 1912 to 1983. Praise Jesus, 1983 was when I was born. And I was also asking the guy when I got here about why everyone has these concrete slabs on the top. I was just curious if there was a certain reason for that, and he said that that was just the style and the way that they did it back in those days. It was for no particular reason. Willie Lee Mitchell, U.S. Navy, World War II veteran. Thank you, Willie. We appreciate your service, sir. Alice Mitchell, 1907 to 1990. Mary Jan Davis, 1901 to 1976. You know, there's a lot of history to be learned at these places, friends. If you take a step back and you look at everything that we have came from the people that are no longer with us. Remember that. Milton Thompson, U.S. Navy, World War II veteran. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. And you as well, Willie. Uh-oh. There you go, bud. Isaac Montgomery. Now I'm assuming that flag that's right there is a marker for an unmarked, or for someone that did not have a headstone. King. Turner, 1898 or 99 to 1900, in loving memory of our dear one. Susie Waiters. $19.23. Man, oh man. Oh man. Pisses me off. Gone but not forgotten. That's right. Thank you for your service. Wow. Man, that pisses me off, man. $18.95 to $19.53. Yeah, so they are all mixed. $19.02 to $19.63. Jack Johnson, 1889 to 1965. Ooh, that was a long life. Praise Jesus. Asleep in Jesus. That's right. Praise Jesus. Oh, she was an evangelist. Praise Jesus. Thank you. $19.12 to $19.42. Wow. $19.09 to $19.74. Oh my goodness. Infant Mobley. Oh my goodness. 1884 to 1969. Oh, okay, I see. These are all Mobley. Mobley, 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 Mobley. Oh, we didn't see these over here, friends. Let's not forget anybody. Oh, Reverend J.M. Mobley, at rest. Praise Jesus. Thank you, sir. Christine Mobley. Alright friends, well I think that we're going to go ahead and end the video here. This has been another great exploration and fact-finding event. I hope that you all enjoyed. And as always, anybody that would like to come out exploring with us, just comment below and we can link up together and we'll shoot a video. This is the Florida Explorer signing out. Have a blessed day, friends.